Japan, in the early 17th century. You are 13. Your hand grips a roughly carved wooden sword, little more than a branch. Before you stands a samurai, an adult, armored, experienced. Around you, a circle of onlookers, hardly holding their breath, certain that you will fall within seconds. But you step forward. Your heart pounds. Sweat runs down your brow. Your opponent draws his blade, cold and lethal. One last glance. And then you charge. A strike, wood against flesh. Silence. Your opponent collapses. The impossible has happened. A child has defeated a samurai. Later you will put it into words. The way of strategy begins with thoroughly understanding all things. And you realize, courage and will are stronger than any weapon. Earth, childhood and foundation. In 1584 you are born, in the province of Harima. Your mother dies early. A void remains that will never be filled. At first, your family raises you. But soon, your father takes over. Shinmen Munisai, a man known across the land, famous for his mastery of the short sword, Kodachi, and the Jitte, the iron truncheon. He even defeated recognized masters. But as a father, he is no hero. He is hard, stern, unforgiving. Under his hand, you learn not only the art of the blade, but something else: loneliness, severity, harshness. Some say he was cruel, yet without doubt he shaped you and laid the foundation for what made you unshakable: discipline. Your training is rough, your days long, but each time you lift your sword, you feel something grow inside you, a will stronger than pain, a determination greater than fear. Even as a child, you know, your path will not be an ordinary one, and your very first duel has already shown it to the world. The way begins with a foundation. Without foundation, there is no victory. Water, the young Ronin. At 16, you march into the greatest battle of your time, Sekigahara. A sea of banners whips in the wind. The thunder of thousands of feet shakes the earth. Over 150,000 warriors face one another, a nation's fate hanging in the balance. Arrows whistle, screams split the air. Blood soaks the ground. You fight on the losing side, but you survive, and with that survival, everything changes. You have no master, no home, no security. From now on, you are a Ronin, a masterless samurai. You wander the land, nights often cold, the sky your only roof. Each city, each temple could become your next battleground. You seek opponents, worthy, strong, dangerous. You do not crave riches or titles. You seek only one thing: truth in combat. On these paths, your school begins to take form. Niten Ichiryu, the style of two swords, a blade in each hand, attack and defense as one. Where others fight with a single weapon, you strike with balance, with movement, with harmony that cannot be stopped. In your mind, one image lingers: water, shapeless yet powerful, calm yet merciless. Be like water, you realize. Take any form, adapt to every situation. Like a river that wears down stone, never losing patience. This realization makes you unbeatable. And yet, as you journey onward, you cannot know. The hardest battle of your life still awaits, and it will make you immortal. Fire, the duel with Sasaki Kojiro. Fire means combat, hot, swift, deadly, and no combat will define your life more than the duel with Sasaki Kojiro. It is the year 1612. The place, the small island of Ganryujima. The sea roars, gulls cry, spectators gather at the shore. All are waiting for one thing, the clash of two legends. Kojiro steps forward, proud, elegant. His sword, nearly a meter long, is called the Swallow Cutter. One strike, they say, is enough to kill even the fastest opponent. He draws the blade. The metal flashes in the sun. Silence. Only the wind across the waves. But you do not appear. Minutes pass. Kojiro grows restless. Murmurs ripple through the crowd. A smile, half mocking, half triumphant, spreads across his face. Then at last, a boat glides to shore. Inside sits you, hair disheveled, wild, as if pulled straight from sleep. In your hand, no sword, but an oar. Along the way you carved it, rough, raw, yet longer than Kojiro's blade. A murmur spreads through the crowd. Kojiro scoffs, but behind his smile flickers uncertainty. You step out, slowly, deliberately. The world holds its breath. A cry. Kojiro charges, fast as a falcon, the swallow cutter raised high. His strike tears through the air, lethal, final, but you barely move. One moment of calm, then you strike. Lightning fast, your wood crashes against his skull with the force of thunder. Silence. Kojiro staggers, eyes wide in shock. Then he collapses. Moments ago, an undefeated master, now lifeless in the sand. The crowd is speechless. Soon, all of Japan will speak of this moment. The greatest swordsman in the land defeated, not by steel, but by wood. And within you echoes a lesson. When you fight, fight as if your very life depends on that single strike. Wind. Encounters and schools. After the victory over Kojiro, you are beyond dispute the greatest swordsman of Japan. Your name spreads from mouth to mouth, from castle to castle. Some call you Kensei, sword saint, but fame means little to you. You keep wandering, across mountains, through villages, from town to town. Everywhere you search for masters with something new to teach. You step into dojos, watch their students, study their forms. Some impress you, most do not. Many are lost in beauty, in ritualized movements. Their strikes look elegant, yet in their eyes burns no fire. Many are led astray because they love form and lose the essence. So you will later write. For you it is never about the dance. For you it is about survival, not form, essence. Your life remains simple, no palace, no wealth. Often you sleep beneath the open sky, sword by your side. Yet again and again, students seek you out, asking to be taught. Among them, the young Iori. You give him more than technique. You give him part of your path. A true warrior is not only a fighter. He is a teacher, a mirror for those who follow. And still, no matter how many you meet, no matter how many you teach, you remain a wanderer. Your path never fixed. Your home, the road. Like the wind moving through the forest. Never grasped, never held. That is your sword style. That is your life. Void, retreat and revelation. The years pass. Your blade rests more often in its sheath than it gleams in battle. The wars are behind you, the legends already told, and so you withdraw into the silence of a cave, Reigando. Its walls cold, its floor unyielding, its light a faint shimmer. Here, far from the noise of the world, you find something greater than any victory. You sit, sword at your side, brush in your hand. Before you forms a work, not from blood, but from thought. The Book of Five Rings. Earth, water, fire, wind, and finally, the void. The void is not darkness. It is clarity, free of fear, free of desire, free of illusion. The void is where nothing exists. Know the void, and you will see the way. You write not for yourself, but for those who come after, for students, for warriors, for seekers of the way. Yet even as the ink dries, you know, your own path is nearly done. Shortly before your death, you compose a second work, Documentaries, the way of walking alone. 21 rules, no ornament, no excuses. Accept everything just the way it is. Do not seek pleasure. Do not fear death. In 1645 you sit there, sword beside you, eyes forward. You do not die in battle, but in peace. A samurai to your last breath. Epilogue, Legacy. The years have passed. Your footsteps fade, yet your way does not. Today they call you Kensei, Sword Saint. Your style is still taught in dojos, your words studied in universities, even in business and in the military. Ink drawings, simple and powerful, reveal the quiet side of the warrior. But all of it, the victories, the duels, the writings, was never for fame. It was never only about defeating others. Your greatest realization was always this: the true enemy is not the man with the blade before you. It is the fear within you, the craving, the doubt, the ego. Courage defeats fear. Adaptability makes you strong like water. Clarity cuts away the inessential. And in the void, you find freedom, greater than any victory. And now, after all the steps, all the battles, all the lessons, you recognize it. You were Miyamoto Musashi, the boy with the wooden sword, the ronin without a master, the man who struck down a champion with an oar, the teacher who understood the wind, the sage who found the void. You were the warrior who turned the sword not into a path of death, but into a way of life.
BlackBoxBreach.